the doll was like walking towards us. Oh my God, I swear to God, like on my life. Hello beautiful people. Today we're gonna be doing a very spooky video. Actually gonna be my real life paranormal experiences, stories. It's gonna get real weird today, but you know, Halloween is next week and I'm like, this is the perfect opportunity. Maybe somebody else has had experiences like this before, but like never really talked about it because they thought they would be looked at as like super weird or something. You know how they say that kids have more paranormal experiences? Because I've heard that a lot and I don't know where. But let me just start from my childhood experiences and move my way up till the most recent. So I also have this theory that when you're really an empathetic person, that makes you more perceptive to paranormal experiences or to feel things that aren't right, you know what I mean? Or like I feel like someone's listening to me now. My first really real paranormal experience that I had was when I was living in my other house with my parents and my brother and a couple other people that were renting the house. Just like a lot of us, because we just had gotten to America and it's like really rough obviously starting out. I had this best friend and we would have a lot of sleepovers usually. It was really late. I'm sure it was probably past midnight at this point because everybody was knocked out. So it got really quiet in the moment and we were like about to go to sleep. And then we hear something in the hallway and my name in Ukrainian, like the little kid way of saying it, is Martusia. And we hear Martusia, Martusia in the hallway and we look in the hallway and like it was really dark. Like our room had some light, like a lamp or something. And it kind of gave some light into the hallway, but it was a long hallway. It was like a whole hallway down the whole house and rooms coming off of it. And we see that outline of like a little girl with, you know, like, oh my God. I literally had to ask her, I'm like, do you see that? Like, am I going crazy? I really thought that, you know, am I dreaming? Did I fall asleep and I'm dreaming? But no, we kept hearing it like a couple more times and the doll was like walking towards us. Yo, oh my God, I swear to God, like on my life, everything I'm telling you guys is real. Like this really happened and I don't know if it's because I was young and perceptive to that kind of energy or something, but she took some steps and repeated my name 3 times. And there was one of the people that was renting the house with us was sleeping on the couch. So we tried to wake him up, like saying like there's something in the hallway. And he was just like, what are you talking about? Like go to sleep, like you guys are crazy. And like he obviously didn't believe us that there's a freaking little girl in the hallway. That was the first real experience I ever had that I was really freaked out about. That friend that I was best friends with at the time, her grandma was like, I wouldn't say a witch, but like she was very into that stuff and she actually had a book of like witchcraft, like things to do to get things to happen. Like she told me some of the things she read in her grandma's book when she went to Ukraine, and it was like that if you tie like a thick red thread around someone's bedpost. I really shouldn't be saying this because if there's some like evil people watching this, that's not a good idea, but like you're supposed to chant something while wrapping a red thick thread around someone's bedpost, and then that person is gonna get really sick and die or something like that. And I don't know, there was like another instance she told me about that some man went really like crazy and got really sick, and when they were moving him out of his house they found like Polaroids of dead people under his washing machine or dryer. And oh my God, this literally gives me the chills. Anyway, so I don't know if that friend had some type of weird energy attached to her because of her grandma, or you know, something like that. So I had another weird experience in that house, but it was in my own room. I was sleeping, I had a nightmare, I opened my eyes, and then I look and like around my room, you know, like you normally do when you wake up in the middle of the night, and I feel this weird uncomfortable energy. I see literally the walls start turning black. The darkness literally is like coming towards me, and my room was the biggest room. It was as big as the living room. And I don't know, I'll pop up a picture if I have it, but like it's a huge room and it has like a huge hole. It's not a hole, it's like an opening, and there's plants growing between my room and the living room. So yeah, I got the special room, but I guess that shit was haunted. Woke up and I see like the darkness like coming towards me, and once it was like on top of me, like reaching my bed, I don't know, I like got out of my shock state that I was in, and I ran to my parents' room, and I was like, there's like dark stuff coming towards me. Like I was freaking out, you know, like as a kid, like you're like, what the hell is going on? Let me just get to another thing that I don't really know what to call this. You know, there's paralysis, like when you wake up from a nightmare but your body's still paralyzed, like you can't move, you're still in REM sleep, right? I think when you wake up from REM sleep, but you're still dreaming and you could only see with your eyes, and you start seeing, like, let's say, like you could see demons or ghosts or, oh my God. My husband has had this happen to him multiple times, to the point that he's broken his door trying to get out of his room because he saw people around his bed. That's another story. Like I didn't want him here because I told him to leave. Let me do my video. But now that would be actually really interesting. So Kim Possible, you guys remember that was like a huge like new show when we were growing up. And so I woke up and I was imagining myself holding the communicator thing. And I was like, wait, what's the sitch? I don't know what to call what the state I was in, but I felt that this was a dream, but I was really moving around the house and I was really seeing things. You know, he talks back to me into the thing, and then he's like, there's evil bunnies or whatever. So like I said, there's like an opening with plants like weaving around it or whatever. I like jump up on the couch or a chair that was next to that opening on the other side of the room, and I'm like, you know, like feeling like I'm freaking Kim Possible character, you know. Then I literally burst through that opening, move the plants, and jump to the other couch in the living room. And then I'm like freaking out because I see like tons of evil bunnies running through the hallway. This freaking hallway, man, I don't know what's going on. Come to think of it, the darkness was coming from the hallway, so that's, I just literally just thought of that. Anyway, so I see all these evil bunnies jumping around, running around with red eyes. Like, it was scary. Literally to the point that, like, I jump off the couch and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Like, how am I gonna save myself? And I ran across the hallway into the people. There's two guys in that room renting. I tell them, like, there's bunnies running in the hallway. And I'm like 7 years old, you know? If my daughter said something like that, I'd be like, okay, like, you watch too much YouTube. What are you watching? You know? But I was 7 years old. Like, you're pretty grown at that point, I feel. You don't just say to random people, hey, I see bunnies running around the hallway. So they were just like, he was like, what are you talking about? And then he came into the hallway and he was like, see, there's nothing there. And I was freaked out. Like, I was like in shock. I was so confused. The plants were torn when I woke up, like where I jumped through. I was not sleepwalking, because when you sleepwalk, you don't know you're sleepwalking, but I saw everything. I knew what I was doing. Very weird experience. Don't know what to call that. Maybe one of you guys know. So one more thing that happened in that house. This was really weird to me because it was during the day. So I came home from school and usually I just get some snacks, get some cereal or whatever, and I turn on the little TV in my room and just watch cartoons. So before I turned on the TV, I was getting a snack. I came in my room and I heard two people talking in the living room, because there was another room attached to the living room that was kind of like where you hang your clothes to dry, like a green room, or I don't know, it had a bunch of windows. And for me, I thought someone was like in that green room, like laundry hanging room, talking, and I thought it was the owner of the house, like the landlord, talking to somebody else. I could hear it very clearly, two people talking right there. And like I said, there was the opening, so that's why I could hear it so clear. So I was just like, oh my God, like who's here? I was just sitting there waiting. I look up through the opening to see like who is talking, and there was nobody there, and like it stopped. So then I go around and I check the room. No one's there. I check the door to go to the laundry hanging area and it's locked. No one's there. No one's outside. There's no cars parked outside either house, so no one's there, you know. I think we lived there for like 5 years and then we moved out to our own house, which is this one. And yeah, so after that I'm like, okay, we're good, like nothing's gonna happen to me anymore, because it was just probably a weird house with bad spirits. So there was one thing that happened in this house that was really crazy to me, really crazy. I was in 5th grade when this happened, and this was probably at about like 4 a.m. or something, I would say. I woke up from a dream and I look up at the ceiling, because that's, you're laying down, and I swear, okay, I see Virgin Mary like glowing. It was surreal. It was like the most life-changing moment also of my whole childhood that just struck me in no other way. See her like smiling at me, not like a creepy smile that you would, you know, with scary stories, but like a genuine, warm, like loving smile. And she's holding baby Jesus. Like the whole ceiling was just glowing, and she was just looking at me like, and it was crazy. People usually say like, oh, don't be scared if you see something like that. It's a message, it's a sign, you know, it's something so beautiful that basically almost no one ever will experience. I freaking got scared. I got so scared. I put up the covers and I was just like, oh my God. And I started praying. Like, what? That doesn't make sense. It was definitely something that I can't wait to tell Sophia, because, you know, that's crazy. Who does that ever happen to? I never heard anybody tell me like, hey, what's up, the other day I saw like Virgin Mary came to me at night. Like, what? I don't know what to call that. I don't know if that's paranormal, but it wasn't normal, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't usual. So we have 2 more stories left. I had a really crazy like high school experience. I'll sneak out like all the time. I'll jump out of my window at 3 in the morning, or you know, whenever, and go hang out with Chris at his house, because his house is like 2 minutes away. I snuck out with my friends and we decided to go to a cemetery. We went to the cemetery, and this one was a very, very old cemetery that I don't even know if people get buried there anymore. Like, I feel like it's old and it's filled already. At the time I had my Android phone. It was like really old. It was the one that you like slid up and then there would be the keyboard. So I was like, why don't I just set my phone down and open a new message and see if someone wants to talk to us? What the freak was I thinking? Did I not have enough experiences in my childhood? I don't know. When you put in the keyboard, then it would be a touchscreen keyboard in the front, but like crammed in the corner. There was an emoji button that you would put, like choose an emoji, and it would be automatically like typed, so it's like quick emojis. So we like say like, yeah, let's do it. Like, let's see if someone talks to us. And so we put it next to a random headstone. And I'm like, all right, if anybody wants to talk to us, now is the perfect moment. What the freak was wrong with me? And we're waiting. Then all of a sudden I look down and I'm like, oh my God, it's freaking typing. It's typing a lot. And it was like a bunch of random letters, and no words, but a bunch of letters. And then at the end, there's like a lot, just emojis at the end. And I just picked up my phone and I just shut it off and we just started running. Oh my God, that was so freaking stupid when I think about it. I don't know what it is about being a teenager and wanting to do these thrilling, weird things. So that was my last like scary experience, I would say, even though this last one is scary too, but just not the same way. While we were in Hawaii, we lived in an area that it was like, I mean, Pearl Harbor Hickam was the base that Chris was stationed at with me. At this time that this happened, I was pregnant with Sophia. My grandpa had already passed away like almost 6 months ago or something. But at the time, my grandma had just passed away, but no one was telling me. She was sick for a while and then she passed away, but no one told me because I was pregnant. This was very, very weird. I woke up because someone was like going like this, right? Oh my God, it's so scary because I was alone, you know. I didn't have Sophia, she was still in my belly, and I'm sleeping, and then I feel like someone going like this, and I'm just like, ugh, like who's trying to wake me up? Like, is Chris freaking home already? Because he was a firefighter, so he would have 1 day work, 1 day off, 24 on, 24 off. So he was gone. I was gonna pick him up that morning. At 5 in the morning, like just when the sun barely is rising, I feel someone go like that to me to wake up. And again, they're saying like, Martusia, Martusia. And I'm just like, what? Like, that's when I got confused, and like I was just like, oh, I'm so tired, I was exhausted. And then I felt it again. And that's when I opened my eyes and I freaking like sprung out of bed and I sat up. I'm like, wait, no one's freaking here. Like, what was I feeling? Who's saying my name? It was my grandpa's voice. Oh, it's gonna make me want to cry again. I told my mom, and she said, you know, that your grandma passed away. And I was like, oh my God. The way I took that last experience that I had experienced with my grandpa calling me and waking me up in the morning, way too early, by the way. Like, what was he doing? My grandparents would always wake up at like 4 or 5 in the morning, and I would be like, what are you guys doing this early? What do you need to do this early? And they would just always say, you know, like, who wakes up early is the people that God gives power to, and like energy and love and motivation. Which, I mean, apparently I've been reading the past years that the secret lives of billionaires, millionaires, like all of them wake up really early. So I don't know, maybe there's something to it. Okay, I'm done, guys. I'm done. I need to do like a haul video. This was too much for me. Okay, so thank you guys for tuning in, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and please send me some comments. Am I the only one that has had these weird experiences? Because I know I can't be. Like, there's 2,150 or something like that of you guys subscribe to me on here. So come on guys, someone has to have a story. Anything like that really helps my channel so much, and it helps me provide more videos for you guys. Send me any ideas of what you'd want me to film or anything else you'd want me to talk about. I would love to know what you think, and I'll see you guys next time.